All right, welcome back to Countdown to my first Ironman, October 22nd, 2023 in Sacramento, California. This is 13 weeks left because it's a countdown. And I had to make this video to start off the week because I came really close to listening to all this chatter in my brain about how hot it is outside, how tired I am, how mentally drained I feel at the moment. So I need to do an hour bike ride. I figured I would do this video, hold myself accountable. Thank you for holding me accountable because I really do not want to go out to this ride. I'm just, I don't know, just physically and mentally fatigued. Not too much, just enough to be wanting to be lazy. And I think I have to teach, I don't have to. Not that I know for a fact that I have to teach tonight jiu-jitsu, which means my day's not over when this ride is over. So I feel like, I got the rest of the day to just to be, I guess. Anyway, I wanted to follow up with one of my videos previously, and I talked about how my foot started to get numb from my shoe. So the question is, how do you know if your shoe is wide enough for your foot? I'll give you a little example coming up right now, but I'll show you this example and then I'm off for a ride. So these are my shoes, and I just took out the insole of my foot. Now, what you want to do is you want to take the insole out of your shoe, and then you want to put your foot right on top of it. Now, right now, as you can tell, my foot, all this is on the outside of the insole. So which means that my feet are being you can see, they're really being crunched up together to fit into my shoe, which is not good, right? The foot actually performs better when it's splayed out. So I definitely need to get new shoes for these duck feet, because I cannot afford to have my feet to be numb and sleepy 2 hours into the ride out of 6. So yeah, I definitely need to get new shoes. These things are way too small. Look at my feet, my toes. You can see my toes just being crunched. I look like I'm foot binding. Anyways, yeah, no good. Need to buy new shoes because this is not going to help at all during the race. So I hope this was informative to you. That's how you know if your shoe is big enough. All right, good luck, guys. All right, well, I made the decision to stay. I kind of felt bad leaving Dozer behind and not knowing if he's gonna need anything or need any help. So I had an hour and 48-minute run scheduled to do today, which we have a treadmill inside the house, so I was able to do the treadmill for an hour and 48 minutes, which was good. Unfortunately, I will be missing out on my first workout in the last, since 10 weeks. It's been 10 weeks, and this is my first workout miss. I missed an hour of swim, although I will make up that swim tomorrow, open swim in Sacramento. But that also means I'm gonna miss a workout, the regular workout of the day, which is supposed to be a 3-hour bike ride. And then on Sunday is close to a 2-hour run. So I would like to make up the bike ride and skip on the run, not because I don't like running, but because I think that the bike at the moment is more important. I need to get that perspective and that buildup of all those miles and hours of riding. The big eye-opener last week when I did 40 miles was my feet falling asleep and my hunger levels. I mean, it was just horrendous. So I need to go out and buy the Stingers, right? So I can start taking them on my rides. And I just bought new shoes, a wide toe box, which will be coming in hopefully in the next couple days. So at least I'm making progress towards fixing the issues that I've come across. Unfortunately, having my dog go through surgery, I am missing out on a workout, and I can always make it up at another time, I guess. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. And I'm also going to miss some workouts next week because I'm going to Colorado. But the good news is I'm hiking or backpacking, so that will be still a workout, still challenging my lungs in the high altitude. So although I will be missing, I will be alternating it or substituting it with something else. So it's not that I'm missing my workouts because I'm just being a lazy bum. It's because of things that's happening. So I'm adapting as much as I can. I hear my dog whining, so I need to go address his needs. Poor guy, he's not doing so well. So I will see you guys tomorrow, headed up to Sacramento. All right, we are here at the Russian River. Al, Berto, say what's up.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Yeah.
What up?
Yeah, so there's the three of us. I thought we were going to the Sacramento River, but we're at the Russian River. So here is the beach. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. We plan on doing at least a mile or two of swimming. As you can tell, they're pointing to see where we're going to be swimming. And that is the plan for today. It is, at the moment, 80 degrees. I think it's supposed to be up close to 100 degrees today. Get to work on my tan today, but no. I have my wetsuit, I got my tri-suit. Everything is ready to go, and let's see how this goes. I'm really, really excited. All right, here we go. You'll be able to see the visibility of water, which is none. This is pretty murky, pretty bad. Wow. Here, I'll give you a perspective of what the water looks like. Visibility, none.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Almost 800 yards going this way. Smile, you're on camera. How are you feeling so far?
Feeling good.
Feeling good?
Yeah, really good.
Nice.
Need to get used to the buoyancy of the wetsuit, but hey guys,
Huh?
that's the top right there. Is this where we're turning?
Not yet, not yet. We got 300 more.
Alright.
Get it. 100 yards. Go. Feeling now that you're finished.
Feeling really, really good. My arms are fatigued.
There you go.
That's a lot harder to swim with the wetsuit on than it is without. So
Yeah.
And because I can't see the ground, I can't see how fast I'm going.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I feel like I'm swimming.
There's no gauge.
Yeah.
It's just you're feeling on just water washing over,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm trying to see what's on the banks to see if I'm moving.
Other
enough, but
banks.
hard.
And our last member.
I got smart. I'm smart.
Yeah, yeah. There we go, everyone. Did it.
5 miles.
2.5 today.
All right, so now I need to film myself to see how fast I can take off my wetsuit. So as soon as we transition, it's gonna be transition 1 or T1. T1 is the transition from the swim to the bike. And as we get out of the water, we have to start taking off our wetsuit and eventually getting our bikes. So we have to be comfortable taking off the wetsuit. So now I'm gonna time myself and see how long it takes me to take off the wetsuit. So, all right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, and 3.
Our boat's over here struggling. There you go, there you go, there you go.
Boom.
Boom.
Got it. Tracksuit ready to go. Shoes, socks. Bike.
There you go. And Alberto's still figuring it out.
I'm not trying to go 12, yeah. I'm trying to go 16.
There you go. Slow and steady wins the race.
Right.
I won't be able to sit down. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, you should be. There'll be a transition zone usually with your bike and all your stuff. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Fuck you, what's it?
Yeah.
Love you, but fuck
Done.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to week 13 recap and grading for my week's workouts. All right, so let's start with the swim. Big swimming weekend. Wow, let me let me update you. So good news and bad news all over the place. So the first thing is I didn't get to see my boy Mike. He's actually 30 minutes north of Sacramento, and I thought we were going to Sacramento, but we actually went to the Russian River as opposed to the American River in Sacramento, or the Sacramento River. So I thought we were gonna be over here, and we were way over here. So even if Mike was close to Sacramento, I wouldn't have been able to make it because I was nowhere near Sacramento. We went to the Russian River and we swam. We ended up swimming 2.5 miles for the practice, and it was an experience. First thing, it's extremely different swimming in a wetsuit versus without a wetsuit for obvious reasons. But just feeling the difference was a surprise. I don't remember working as hard in Tahoe than I did yesterday. And there was just a lot going on. First of all, the buoyancy. Because the wetsuit is very buoyant, my body is straight up, right? When I'm in the pool and I'm swimming, sometimes I feel my legs drag. So, usually it's just a head adjustment. If I just kind of continue to look down, my legs will go up. If I'm looking up as I'm swimming, then the feet sink. So usually it's a head adjustment when it comes to my legs in the pool. But yesterday in the river, because it was so buoyant, my legs were up, my mind was saying, oh, I'm good. And then what happened was, I know my brain just turned my legs off. Like, okay, you're no working because the legs are up. So I was just doing all arms. I was like, what's going on? I don't understand. I didn't understand my legs weren't working. I was attempting to do the same thing I was in the pool, or I would do in the pool, but everything was different. So one of the guys that, Ito, who was there with us, he said, hey, your upper body's looking good, but you give yourself a little bit more kicking. So I need to change my kicking from a 2 kick per stroke to maybe a 3 to 4, because I just, I wasn't, and I'm not, and the kicking is not really the main driver of a swim. It's the stretching, it's the pool portion. Obviously the kicking works too, but my kicking was not working, so I have to increase my kicking. So I'm so glad for Ito for being there to tell me that as I was swimming, because I was struggling. So it was definitely a struggle. What else was a struggle? No visibility. None. Like, it was just green, like I was in a green room, just green. And then all of a sudden I go up for air, and then I see the banks, boom, right back down. Boom, I look up at the banks, green, and then sight, banks, green. So it was definitely a lot more sighting involved, which again makes sense. But the amount of sighting I was doing was really slowing me down. Oh, I think I was slowing down. Okay, that's another thing. In the pool, there's you can see. So you can see as you're swimming, you can see the tile on the floor, and you can see that you're progressing, right? Not only the visual, but you can see the tiles as you're swimming. There's a perception of movement. So now, as I'm swimming in this green water, I can't see the bottom. So there is no perception of movement. So I literally feel as if I'm just doing my swim stroke and I'm not moving anywhere. So in my head, I was thinking, do I need to work harder? Do I need to, I don't know. But it was definitely in my head of, am I moving? Am I not moving? And if I am moving, how fast am I moving? Or am I moving slow? It was just a mind cluster. It was definitely very interesting. So, and then as I'm stopping, kind of resting, that was another thing. My pace in the beginning, because I didn't have my feet coordinated or synced in, I had increased my pace, and then I was burning myself out, so I was getting fatigued. So, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna most likely be fatigued at some point in the swim, in the race. So what I did was I practiced just kind of, boom, going onto my back and, catching my breath, kicking as, almost like I'm backstroking, but without the arms. So I'm just kicking, catching my breath, boom, flip on over and go right back into my stroking. And then once I get tired again, boom, I flip over to my back. I'm kind of looking in the air, breathing. And then when I'm ready, I'm turning again. So those are some good things to kind of, I had some curiosities about that. For whatever reason, if I can't, obviously I'm not gonna be able to touch the floor all the time, but if I can't touch the floor and I'm fatigued, how am I gonna feel, treading water? Or what am I gonna do to tread water? Or how do I breathe and progress, not stand still? So just a lot of questions that I was able to answer yesterday, just by floating on my back and feeling how easy it was, because the wetsuit just is so buoyant. Again, long description about my swimming, but it was very good experience, and I'm glad I did it. Another thing that I experienced is, I don't know if it was because of the heat, which was 95 degrees yesterday, but I was drained. We were in the, we were swimming for 2 hours. We did, like I said, we did 2.5 miles. It wasn't straight. We kind of stopped. We assessed and talked, whatever. But as soon as I got out, I was just drained. I felt like I got beat up. I mean, I was just, whew. And what I didn't realize was I took a 1.5 liter of water, and we went down, I'm just gonna make up numbers just for the sake of for the conversation. We went down half a mile, we came back for another half a mile, and where we went into the lake, and then we swam again. So we kind of did 2 major loops or laps. But when we finished the first one, I started drinking my water. I just opened it, and I didn't realize, as I'm guzzling down the water, preparing to go again, I had drank about 3/4 of it. I was just downing it. And then we went again, came back, and then I finished the remaining, and I had this thirst. I was like, oh my God, I'm so thirsty. We ended up going to the restaurant after, had some burgers, singular, and I asked the guy when he dropped off the water, I was like, just leave a pitcher because we're gonna be drinking a ton of water. And we finished 3 of those pitchers of water, and I just could not hydrate. I just couldn't hydrate. I didn't realize I was dehydrated. So it was hot when I put on the wetsuit. Within a minute or 2, I was drenched. But you don't realize that you're sweating in the water, and even though the water's cool, you're working. Yeah, I was dehydrated. So again, another perception that I'm glad I got. So the hydration between the swim and the bike, and the T1 transition one, is gonna be extremely important. I mean, throughout the whole race, but that was really eye-opener. And nutrition. I had a pretty big breakfast, but we started swimming around 10. I had breakfast around 6, and I had this insatiable hunger. I was so hungry. Even when I came home, I probably ate everything in sight. And that's just a swim. That's not even a 112-mile bike ride and then a marathon after. So again, just a huge perception gain. Yeah, so I got a lot of work to do. So now I know what I'm looking at. So now when I'm training, I have that in mind. And now I know increasing and decreasing of intensities, all that good stuff. Now I gotta make some adjustments. All right, so although I did miss 1 day of swimming, it's my first workout miss. I missed Friday's swim. My dog had surgery, contemplated leaving him here while I go swimming, but that would make it a not very responsible owner. So I decided to stay. I did run on the treadmill because I had 2 workouts for Friday. So I got the treadmill done, but I missed the swimming. Saturday we had the outdoor 2 hours versus the 1 hour swim that I would have had on Friday. So I think that I made up the day that I missed with the big day on Saturday. And because it was such a big perception gainer, I'm definitely giving myself an A+ for swimming. Now for the cycling, because I went on Saturday, I missed a cycling workout, and it was a 3-hour ride. So I missed a big day. So that's my second workout that I missed. But again, I made it up for the swimming. But another thing I'm glad that I missed the bike is that I had bought new shoes, and I'm waiting for the shoes to come. So my shoes that I bought is a wider toe box so that my big duck feet can fit into shoes, because I realized 2 weeks ago when I did a 2 hour and 45 minute ride that my feet were numb after 2 hours. So I definitely needed to address that. I addressed it. They should be coming soon. So that's good. So even though I missed the day, I'm definitely gonna dock that in my grade. So outside of that, I had all other good days. I had to do a bike ride. I did them all outdoor, didn't I? I believe I did them all outdoor. So I'm gonna give myself a B for my bike because I did miss one riding workout. So B for the ride. Now for the running. Running is good. I am progressing. Everything's good. I've updated you before last week. No difference in the run so far. I'm feeling really good. I'm gonna give myself an A+. Go run. During the grading, I shared my experiences with swimming, and gonna share the videos for the swimming as well, so you can see what I saw and that beautiful, beautiful day up in the Russian River. And if I would have known that I was going to the Russian River, I would have at least gone, made plans to go see my family, because they live in Rohnert Park, which is close to Santa Rosa, which we passed by as we drove to the Russian River. And I felt extremely sad that I didn't get to stop by. I just didn't know. So that's my fault, and missed that opportunity. But my dog is doing good. He, post-surgery, he's over there laying down. He had a torn ACL, so we had to address that issue. So he will be recovering for the next 8 weeks. And that is the breakdown to this week's training. So week 12, or 12 weeks left next week. Oh, and next week, okay, these 2 weeks are gonna be very bad for me in the sense of following my program. I'm gonna miss next week because we're going backpacking in Colorado. So although I will not be training my triathlon training, I will definitely make that up with backpacking. I'll have a backpack, I'll challenge my legs, but more importantly, we will be up in the mountains, high altitude, so definitely challenge my lungs in the high altitude training. So although I will be missing a traditional triathlon workout, I will definitely be challenging my body and still maintaining my physical progressions that I've made so far. So I will definitely miss not working out, but I'll definitely be making it up in the backpack, and I don't mind. It's been a long time since I've been backpacking. The last time I went backpacking, true backpacking, was when I did Kilimanjaro. So it's been 10 years. It's, I think after Ironman, I might have to do some type of backpacking adventure. I think an idea just was born. So we'll see. I don't know. I gotta think about Ironman first, and we will see you guys next week.